Nazis plotted to use mosquitoes as deadly weapons to infect enemy troops with malaria. Hitler ordered SS leader Heinrich Himmler to oversee the research into biological warfare in breach of the 1925 Geneva Protocol. Bad cop, Heinrich Himmler was the leader of the feared SS and one of Hitler's most trusted men. Nazi German scientists plotted biological warfare during WW2 as they tried to create super mosquitoes capable of spreading lethal malaria among Adolf Hitler's enemies. Long-lost records from the SS-run Dachau death camp confirms the Third Reich did have an active biological warfare program which could have direction of the war Hitler's favor, if it had worked. Madcap scientists wanted to breed longer-living mosquitoes so they could breed and swarm over countries the Führer wanted to conquer, even spreading to Britain. Even today, the tiny lethal insects are still regarded as one of the biggest killers in the world. Biologist Klaus Reinhardt of Germany's University of Tübingen studied long-lost records from Dachau and published his findings in the December edition of the journal Endeavour. This means that Nazi Germany was on a footing with Britain and Imperial Japan in seeking microbes to help win the war, despite Hitler's edicts that such technology should not be used. Reinhardt says the Nazis ran their offensive biological warfare effort under the cover of a Dachau's entomological institute headed by insect researcher Edward May, who died in 1956. My opinion is that May knew that he did offensive warfare research, Reinhardt says. Some 36,000 prisoners were murdered at Dachau during the 12 years that it operated. It was the Third Reich's first concentration camp and the one which all the others were modeled on. Reinhardt cites reports written by May in which he called one malaria-carrying mosquito species best for practical execution of airdropping schemes. Research conducted at the institute to test how long mosquitoes could survive in an airplane showed that the malaria-carrying Anopheles maculipennis survived far longer than other types when deprived of food. The idea to grow malaria-laden mosquitoes and drop them on people is not very well documented other than by the words growing station and airdropping site, Reinhardt said. The equipment May had at hand was actually rather pathetic. The malaria mosquitoes were unlikely to survive in Germany, given its cold winters and lack of warm swamps. But the research suggests Nazi boffins did think about dropping them on Russia where the heat of summer on the steppe is oppressive. The Research Institute at Dachau, which was founded by order of SS Chief Heinrich Himmler in 1942, was supposedly defensive in nature. Any offensive program was died by Hitler's interdict against biological warfare development, wrote Erhard Geisler in a 1999 report. This new paperwork suggests otherwise. Yale historian Frank Snowden in the USA says that Germany went so far as to flood marshes in Italy south of Rome in 1943 and then introduce malaria-carrying mosquitoes to the region. Those reports were based on Allied and Italian records. Why did the SS need an entomological institute? Reinhardt asks in the study. The answer is lice. On the Eastern Front, the typhus carrier infested both SS personnel and their prisoners. Much of the Dachau research was aimed at eradicating pests, but some was clearly war-related. Nazi Dr. Klaus Schilling inoculated camp prisoners with malaria at Dachau, for which he was executed after the war. Actual tests using mosquitoes to spread malaria were never carried out by the Nazis. Thanks for watching. Check the description for links to original article.